Hi, boys and girls. It's time for science story time. I have a story today that I bet a lot of you think you know. It's about Humpty Dumpty. And lots of us know around about Humpty Dumpty. But one day, when I was looking in the library shelves, I found this book and it has a different ending to Humpty Dumpty than I knew. It's called Humpty Dumpty by Moira Kemp. And look and listen carefully and see if you can if you can find out what the difference is. Look at the beautiful pictures there are in this book. I just love the illustrations. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Humpty Dumpty had a sore head. Humpty Dumpty got into bed. The king and the queen and the doctor too put Humpty together with plasters and glue. Now, ever since I first read this book, I have always said that form of the rhyme because I like it better than leaving them there all smashed. Now, I'm going to experiment today with plastic eggs. I'm filming this right after Easter, so there's a lot of these on sale at the store. Now, first I'm going to build a wall. I'm using wooden blocks to build my wall, but you might want to use something else. You can experiment at home. Now, I'm going to tell you how I got the idea for this experiment. I read in a book that you could take plastic eggs like this and put dried lima beans inside of it to make it stand up so that it didn't fall over. And I thought, that sounds really interesting, but I didn't have any dried lima beans, so I decided to experiment to see if I could use something else. So I took an egg and I put one of these little bouncy super balls inside the egg and tried to see if that would work. Let's see. And it didn't. The egg just kept falling off the wall. So then I decided to experiment with something else. I decided to experiment with buttons, and I put buttons inside my egg to see if it would make it stand on the wall and balance. And sure enough, it did. My buttons worked. But you know what? Look what happens if I shake my buttons a little bit and try to put it down. It falls right off the wall. So I had to experiment both with different materials and with different ways of using the same type of materials to get an egg that would stay on the wall. So this is something you can experiment with at home. You can try all different kinds of things. You can try making walls out of different things. Maybe you have different types of blocks. Maybe you have a cardboard box. Maybe you just have a pillow you want to use as a wall. And then you can experiment with putting all kinds of things in the eggs. You can try buttons and balls like I did. Anything really that you have at home that your grown-up says is okay to use that will fit inside of a plastic egg. And if you don't have a plastic egg, maybe you want to try something different. Maybe you want to look around the house and say, get something else around that you can put things in. Maybe you can want to figure out if you can fill a paper towel tube and keep it from rolling off of something. Look at that, I found out a new way just now how to get my egg to balance, to put it sideways instead of on the end. So you never know what you're going to do. The more you play around with something, sometimes you find more and more ways of solving the problem. So I hope you and your grown-up sit around and brainstorm and think of different ways you can approach the problem of getting an egg to balance on something. And I hope that you also tell your grown-up to hit like and subscribe so that you get notified about all of our wonderful library videos. I'll see you next week. Bye, boys and girls.